In this lesson, we will talk about re-expressing data. Now, there's kind of a lot that goes into re-expressing data, which way is the best way to re-express, etc. We're not going to get too much into that. What I really want to do in this Intro to Stats course is I want to talk about why we would re-express data, and then of course what our goal is. So looking at this box plot here and the histogram, as you can see, I have a ton of outliers. All of these values here are outliers. There's just a lot of them. And so this histogram and box plot don't really give me a good sense of the data. So what I can do instead is take the data and re-express it using, say, a logarithmic function or an exponential function or something to that effect. And notice this is the same data that I was graphing before, but notice here my value says log pay. So essentially what we did is we took the logarithm of each of the values. Number of CEOs stayed the same, but the logarithm of each of the values, and now my histogram is fairly unimodal and symmetric, and then I can do things like find the average log of the salary. So looking here, some of the summary statistics, the typical log salary is between 5 and 7.5, so 5 is around here, 7.5 somewhere in here. That's where most of our data falls. The median, or middle, is at 6.67, so that's here, but notice what value that corresponds to. Okay, again, because we took the log of that value to get the 6.67, and then the mean or average, again, 6.68, whereas before those values were very, very different. So this gives you a little bit of an idea about when we will re-express. If it's skewed right, good idea to re-express using log, natural log, which is that ln, or the reciprocal function 1 over x. Skewed left, we would use the x squared value. And again, our goal is to go from something that looks ugly like this to something that now we can actually do some comparisons of the data. You won't ever have to actually re-express the data. In my stat lab, what they will do is they will ask you which is the best re-expression. So remember that our goal with re-expression is to create a unimodal and symmetric distribution. So whichever is closest to that is the one that you would choose.